Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Uh, Wanted to do a really quick video about this Nicole Arbour lady you might have heard about, who made this video about fat people being fat, and how she doesn't like that they're fat, and all this shit. And I've seen the video a few times. I think she's kind of annoying. She makes a few points here and there. I'm mostly surprised that people are so offended by what she's saying. Not that, I think she's dropping some truth bomb or anything like that, but, she just sounds like such a, I don't know, an empty-headed idiot in the video. I mean, I used to be really fat as a kid, throughout middle school, throughout about half of high school, and pretty much everything she was saying in the video, the rhetoric that she was using, pretty much ranked up there with, like, I don't know, the shit kids were saying to me when I was 12. It's so stupid. And maybe if, you grew up fat and you're still fat now, and you're still kind of feeling some type of way about those younger years where you were picked on as a kid while you were fat, maybe sort of hearing someone use that kind of language takes you back to that time, and makes you a little upset. I understand that. But still, she's really a fool, and every bit as bad as the people who she's claiming are bad as she's critiquing in her video, as far as, like, them being sensitive or whatever. She's certainly doing a good job of hiding it. But the thing is, what I noticed on her video right away, and I actually caught on to her video before it even broke 100,000 views. I saw some people talking about it online. It was pretty funny how even early on people were, like, getting upset over the video before it was actually even popular. But I digress. What seems so stupid to me about the whole situation is that she turned the comments off before the video was even, like, super viral as it is now. Like, if you have a belief, if you have an opinion, and you want to put that opinion out there, I think that's completely fine. I mean, an opinion's an opinion, even if it is, like, mean-spirited in some kind of way. I don't see any reason in that opinion being silenced. I think that not only people have, a right to voice, such opinions, but I think people have a right to hear those opinions. I would hate to, I think what Nicole Arbour is doing is a bit of a service, not in the way that she thinks it is. I think it's a service in that, hey everybody, check this out. This is not the way to go about starting a conversation about health and weight loss. This is, like, the most non-helpful way to go about it. We can do better. I think her video. Oh man, there's a helicopter, plane, something. I think her video could be an interesting jump-off point for that kind of conversation. But still, regardless, if you're going to put an opinion out there, you've got to be ready to accept what people are going to say about that. And it's just ridiculous to me that somebody who putting an opinion out about anything on YouTube would try to shut down conversation by closing the comments, because even if there are going to be personal attacks in the comments, which I don't understand why Nicole Arbour wouldn't invite that sort of thing. I mean, some of the attacks in that fat people video itself, the people who are watching that video and are fat would take a lot of what she said to be a personal attack. I mean, sure, it's not centered on one specific person, but I'm sure a lot of the fat people that saw that video felt some type of way about what she was fucking saying. You know, and it's funny how some people just saying the most innocuous shit can't handle, like, you know, people disagreeing with them. I mean, people disagree with me all the fucking time, and sometimes they'll take that disagreement to a personal place and try to, you know, say, you know, shut the fuck up, you're bald, you're white, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you don't have the best teeth in the game. We all know that that's true. Whenever somebody says that, I just toss that into the fucking bushes. It's, again, I think if you can't handle the opinion heat, you gotta stay out of the opinion kitchen. You know, don't cook an opinion up and serve it up if you're not gonna be ready for people to be like, this is disgusting, because that might happen. That might happen. And to me, when you share an opinion and you don't allow people to kind of have a discourse on that opinion, and you know, are afraid to sort of acknowledge that discourse on your opinion, and that some of that discourse might be in disagreement with your opinion, that to me says that you don't really stand behind what you are saying, and that you don't really believe in what you're saying, and that you're just trolling people, or, you know, just trying to make a buck, or, you know, that your opinion and your belief system is so shit that under the smallest bit of scrutiny, it just falls apart. And there's no particular ideological wing or philosophy that's more prone to doing this sort of thing. I've seen, you know, people like Nicole Arbour do this. I've seen, you know, people who are on the right wing do this. I've seen Christians do this. I've seen, you know, leftists do this sort of thing. It's not my job to educate you. I'm not going to be your punching bag. I turned the comments off. And it's like, you know, really? You're the one putting yourself out there, you know? People are going to feel some type of way about it. Even if you turn the comments off, it's not going to stop people from talking and discussing what you're doing, you know? It's dumb. So, I don't really have that strong of an opinion on Nicole Arbour or what she said. You know, I think she's an idiot. I think she's an airhead. My opinion is mostly, you know, just about her response to the backlash. And as far as, you know, comments and discussion goes. And so after seeing what she's done, I extend to you the nugget of wisdom that having an opinion is great, having an opinion is fine, and there's nothing wrong with having a strong opinion, even if a lot of people disagree with what you're saying. You know, if you believe what you believe in and you feel like you've researched it enough and that you've got the facts, and, you know, you can argue that point. You know, if people disagree with you, that's not necessarily, you know, that's evidence of something, you know, and then you've got to kind of reconvene and check yourself. You know, you could either be wrong, and you've got to look into that, or maybe you're not arguing your point well enough, and you need to rethink your strategy. Or, yeah, I guess that would be it. You know, you're wrong, or you're just not arguing your point well enough. And after you've kind of reconvened after that, then maybe, you know, go about your opinion slanging, you know, once again, because there are plenty of reviews over the years that I've put out, reviews that are still up, where, you know, people disagreed with me, and, you know, made a lot of good points. And then I thought, okay, well, you know, maybe if I came up with this counterpoint, or maybe if I addressed this issue about the album in a more clear and concise way, people would have understood where I was coming from better, you know? Getting feedback for your opinions is really important. And I'm very wary of people who are not willing to invite that feedback, and people who are not weary to, and people who are weary to accept that feedback. I mean, you know, I don't have to agree with your feedback. I could shoot back and disagree. I feel like that's fine. You know, just because you give me feedback doesn't mean I have to agree with it. But I think what's important is acknowledging it. I mean, I'm in a position where I can't acknowledge and address every single piece of feedback, but you know, I try to listen to a lot of it. You know, which isn't, you know, it's a weird position to be in, and I'm sure that, you know, Nicole Arbour was feeling some type of way about there being this rush of attention on this video, which when she put it up, I'm sure she didn't anticipate that it would be as viral as it was. I think she was just kind of poking and prodding, and all of a sudden everybody on the internet's like, you fucking bitch, blah, 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 and, you know, whatever. But the thing is, you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready. When you put yourself out there, somebody's going to stomp on your head. You know, that's probably going to be the first reaction that anyone has to you putting yourself out there, stomping on your head. And you got to be prepared for that. And of course, you know, I'm talking about stomping on the head of your ego, you know, not feet, not literal head stomping going on here. So, you know, again, when you put that opinion out there, when you put that idea out there, be ready for disagreement. And that doesn't necessarily mean that. All that means is that you're going to have to learn to defend what you believe, you know, and if you can't, then you're shit out of luck. You know, you lost this round. You got to take that L. You can't just, like, you know, sidestep the L by disabling comments. You know, that's an automatic L right there. Disabling comments. It's an automatic L. Yeah. I think that's it. You know, you just gotta let the haters hate, especially if you're hating too. You know, you can't hate and, like, not expect hate. You can't be like, well, my hate's fine. I'll just let my hate flow. You know, whatever. I'm done on this topic. I'm tired of this shit. So yeah, Nicole Arbour. Obviously, very, I guess, weakly reasoned and not funny video. You know, she sounds like just like a combo of Jenna Marbles and Maria Bamford, both of which are just like miles funnier. And not that I don't see potential. I mean, hopefully she takes this as a learning experience and just, you know, hones her craft a little bit better. And if you're going to be an offensive comedian, I think that's great. You know, I mean, I think there are people who do that sort of thing really well, like Lisa Lampanelli. But in her example, she's kind of found a way to do offensive humor, do kind of this attack humor kind of thing, this stereotype humor, that while you're doing it, you're also kind of inviting the people who that humor is centered on into the joke, and they think it's funny and they're laughing at it. It's a really tough thing to do, you know, getting people to laugh at themselves, especially in this day and age. It's a tough gig. But if Nicole Arbour is going to continue to do this kind of thing, that's sort of what she's got to learn to do. Instead of doing that, I feel like she's kind of phrased this fat people video as like this wake-up call. Like, I don't know if she really thought that, you know, fat people by the thousands are going to watch this video and be like, yeah, you know what? This annoying girl is right. I'm going to change my eating habits and change my life and start exercising. You know? Whatever. I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody's treating themselves right, treating their bodies right, enjoying the weather, listening to some good music, and learning from life experiences. You're the best. Have a good one. Love you forever.